Now is Dominick Izzo. He's a veteran Chicago police officer and author who has written extensively about his particular passion for healing this rift that now exists in our nation between police and citizens. In fact, I want to show you his book. He's written this book. It's called Before the Badge, Everything You Need to Know Before You Become a Cop. Boy, I'll tell you what, are you the right guest for us to be talking to about this topic? And I'm going to challenge you here a little bit. I'm going to come at it, as any journalist should, from the perspective of what people are saying about police in our country. You dress like soldiers, like you're in Iraq and not in my backyard. You get tanks to roll down my streets. You have a sweet relationship with prosecutors because you guys are like buddies, you're drinking buddies. They need you, you need them. So when there ever is a decision between my government and you as a police officer, I can almost be damn guaranteed that the decision is going to come down against me and for you. Now, that's the perception that's out there. Defend it.
Well, number one, I do want to clarify one thing. I was not with Chicago Police Department. I was with the Northwest suburbs caught between Milwaukee and Chicago, so cool. I did get a lot of their element. That being said, the perception is off. If I could tell everybody about the in-house fighting between command staff and the front line, which are your police officers, if I could tell about the strained relationship between the district attorney or state's attorneys and law enforcement, that would be another story for an entire book I could write on that. Or if we could talk about the demands and pressures.
Let me stop you there then. Here's how I see it. Prosecutor needs you to make a case. Without you, he's got absolutely nothing. You're his star witness. You have to be his best friend. Why in the world would they at any time look into incidents or investigate things to nail you? They need you.
Prosecutors don't need us. They need convictions. They need convictions to move up their chain. They can't get a conviction
without you, though, can they?
They can pick and choose whatever they want to prosecute to make their folder padded more. No, there's a great process called felony review, and a lot of people don't know this. If I arrest someone on a misdemeanor, I can choose whether or not to give them a court date, release them on an I-bond, whatever I want to do. But a felony has to be reviewed by your state's attorney. Now, typically what happens is a lot of your crimes are committed, let's say the weekends, right, between midnight, 2 a.m. Now, the on-call state's attorney is one of the lowest positions on in the roster. So now you're a 22, 23-year-old college kid, got out, you got a job with the state's attorney as a lawyer. Now your beeper, your pager, your cell phone is going off 2, 3 o'clock in the morning instead of being out with your friends. You want out of that position. So you only take cases that the police run past you that you know you can win because you want to get out of there faster. Every county I've ever known for cops that were in, we used to call it not felony approval, but felony denial.
Okay,
you could have all the information.
So what you're saying is there is no cozy relationship between police officers and prosecutors. Let's move to the other one then. The fact that the optics of police departments and police officers in many of our communities. I was at an airport a couple days ago. I saw 3 police officers walking in. You would have thought I was in Baghdad, the way they were dressed and the way they came in. What message does that send, you think? You think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
The optics came after the North Hollywood shooting, where you had, your bad guys. They made a movie about Heat, was based off of it loosely. It came after that, when all of a sudden police needed to have higher firepower, and that just gradually grew with all the fun toys that they have, the looks. Yes, and I'm going to tell you flat out, we do want to command presence when we're getting on the street, and you do get more of a shock and awe from the public of, I better not mess around, based on somebody who's got a vest all mollied up with all the tactical gear possible.
Yeah.
Perception is going to be one issue, but I was extremely tactical. But again, your individual cop has a methodology of delivering their personality a little bit more, and that's the key of where we're actually missing. So we're getting too many people to feel like superheroes.
Down to about 30 seconds, but you're such a perfect guest, and I'm so enjoying this conversation. Let me just hit you with this last thing. What can police officers do, and I know this is tough in 30 seconds, to try and create this, to get rid of this rift, this perception that has been formed, or are they not even at fault?
Honor the Constitution and your oath. That's as simple as it gets. You got far too many people who are they're yes men. They're following department policy in some aspect that violates constitutions. Remember the oath you swore. Your paycheck is not equivalent to the Constitution, and that's what they need to start at right there.
We got to get you back. I could go on for a long time because you really seem to know this. You're a great guest, Dominick. My thanks to you. Appreciate your time.
It.
Yeah, you too.